You've seen the viral clips, a distorted figure sprinting beside a car at 60 miles per hour, or a deer standing on its hind legs with eyes that look too human. On the internet, we call them skinwalkers. But before the creepypastas and the jump scares, there was a profound, terrifying reality for the Navajo people. To speak their name, the Yi-Naldlushi, is more than just telling a ghost story. In their culture, it's an invitation for the darkness to notice you. Today, we're crossing into the high deserts of the American Southwest to uncover the true origin, the chilling powers, and the modern legacy of the Skinwalker. In Diné, or Navajo belief, the Skinwalker is not simply a monster hiding in the wilderness. It is not a cryptid like Bigfoot, not an animal, and not some mindless creature roaming the desert at night. The most unsettling part of the legend is this: a skinwalker is believed to be a person. According to traditional belief, they begin as highly respected spiritual practitioners, medicine men or women who once walked the path of healing, ceremony, and sacred knowledge. In Navajo culture, these individuals are entrusted with powerful spiritual teachings meant to restore balance and harmony within the community. But the Skinwalker represents the complete corruption of that power. The Diné word associated with them is Yi-Naldlushi, meaning, with it, he goes on all fours. The legend says that to become a Skinwalker, a person must commit an unforgivable act, the breaking of sacred taboos so severe that it severs them from harmony entirely. Some stories claim this involves taking the life of a close family member, considered one of the darkest acts imaginable within Navajo spiritual belief. And through this act, they gain access to forbidden power. According to legend, skinwalkers are capable of transforming into animals by wearing their pelts. Most commonly, wolves, coyotes, foxes, owls, or bears. But these transformations are never portrayed as natural or graceful. Witnesses in folklore often describe creatures that look almost human, but wrong. Animals with distorted limbs, eyes that appear too intelligent, movements that seem unnatural, jerking between human and beast. Some accounts say skinwalkers can mimic voices, imitate loved ones, or lure people into the darkness by calling their names from outside their homes. Others claim they can curse victims, spread illness, invade dreams, or move at impossible speeds across the desert. But unlike traditional healers who use spiritual power to protect and guide their people, the Skinwalker is said to use these abilities for selfish purposes: power, revenge, fear, chaos. And this is why the subject remains deeply sensitive among many Navajo people today. For outsiders, skinwalkers are often treated like horror stories or internet legends. But within Diné culture, the belief carries spiritual weight. Many Navajo families avoid speaking about them openly altogether, because in traditional belief, talking about skinwalkers too casually is believed to invite attention. To acknowledge them is to risk drawing their gaze toward you. And perhaps that lingering fear, the idea that evil can wear a familiar face, is what keeps the Skinwalker one of the most disturbing legends in indigenous American folklore. According to Navajo legend, their abilities go far beyond simple shapeshifting. This is what separates the Skinwalker from creatures found in ordinary horror stories. They are not just beasts. They are said to possess intelligence, spiritual power, and deeply malicious intent. And perhaps most terrifying of all, they know exactly how human fear works. One of the most disturbing abilities associated with skinwalkers is mimicry. Legend says they can imitate not only animal sounds, but human voices as well. A crying baby in the distance, a knock at the window late at night, the voice of a friend calling. Stories describe people hearing loved ones speaking to them from the darkness, even when those loved ones were nowhere nearby. And the purpose, according to the lore, is simple: to lure victims into isolation, into confusion, into fear. Many traditional stories warn against investigating strange noises at night in remote areas, especially if something feels wrong, because the Skinwalker is said to understand human curiosity and exploit it. Another common belief is that they have unnatural speed and endurance. Witnesses in modern folklore often describe dark figures pacing vehicles on deserted highways, or creatures sprinting across the desert faster than any human possibly could. Some stories claim skinwalkers can travel enormous distances in a single night without tiring. Others describe them appearing in multiple locations almost impossibly fast, giving them an almost supernatural presence. In Navajo stories, this speed is not just about physical power. It symbolizes something deeper: an unnatural violation of the natural order, a being no longer bound by ordinary human limits. Then there is one of the darkest elements of the legend, the so-called corpse powder. According to folklore, skinwalkers are said to create a cursed substance from human remains, often described as ground bone ash or burial dust. The powder is believed to carry sickness, weakness, or spiritual corruption. Some stories claim it can cause paralysis. Others describe wasting illness, hallucinations, or slow death. Whether taken literally or symbolically, the idea reflects a central theme within the legend. The skinwalker weaponizes death itself. It twists what should be sacred into something harmful. And finally, there is the fear surrounding eye contact. Many accounts warn never to stare directly into the eyes of a skinwalker, because in some traditions, the eyes are believed to reveal spiritual intent, or even serve as a pathway between souls. Legends claim that locking eyes with one allows it to recognize you, follow you, or spiritually attach itself to your life. Some stories go even further, claiming skinwalkers can influence thoughts, invade dreams, or slowly manipulate a person's mind over time. Whether metaphorical or supernatural, the fear remains deeply psychological. The idea that once you notice the darkness, it notices you back. And perhaps that is why skinwalkers continue to haunt modern imagination. A person who abandoned healing for harm, community for power, and balance for fear. While the legend itself is centuries old, the term skinwalker exploded into mainstream culture because of one infamous location in Utah: Skinwalker Ranch. In the mid-1990s, a family known as the Shermans purchased the remote property expecting a quiet ranching life. Instead, they claimed they experienced something terrifying. According to their reports, massive wolf-like creatures stalked the land. Animals so unusually large and aggressive that one allegedly survived multiple gunshots before disappearing into the darkness. The family also described cattle mutilations, strange lights in the sky, unexplained voices, and objects appearing and vanishing without explanation. Over time, the ranch became one of the most famous paranormal hotspots in America, inspiring books, documentaries, and television series like The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Skeptics argue the events can be explained through environmental conditions, misidentification, exaggeration, or mass hysteria. But what makes the story especially unsettling is that long before the ranch became famous, local Navajo communities already considered the surrounding Uinta Basin spiritually dangerous. Some referred to the region as the path of the Skinwalker and avoided it for generations. And while many paranormal stories remain firmly in the realm of folklore, belief in skinwalkers has occasionally crossed into real-world consequences. One of the most notable examples came in 1987, when a series of killings on Navajo land led to discussions of witchcraft during legal proceedings. The court itself did not recognize supernatural claims, but the case revealed something important. For many within the community, the fear surrounding skinwalkers was not fictional entertainment. It was a deeply rooted spiritual belief that could influence real decisions, relationships, and even responses to violence. And that intersection between folklore, fear, and reality is part of what continues to make the Skinwalker legend so powerful today. Today, the Skinwalker has become a catch-all term for anything creepy in the woods. From the X-Files to the SCP Foundation, they've become the ultimate avatar for the uncanny valley, a feeling of something looking right, but being wrong. But for the Diné, the significance is deeper. The Skinwalker represents the perversion of balance. In a culture that values harmony with nature and community, the Skinwalker is the ultimate individualist, someone who would destroy everything for their own shadow self. Whether you believe in the supernatural or see these as metaphors for human greed, the legend of the Skinwalker serves as a haunting reminder. Some names are better left unsaid. If you're ever driving through the Four Corners at night and see eyes reflecting in your headlights, maybe don't stop to see what they belong to.